When it comes to firearms, many people have a very common dilemma. I had the same dilemma last year when I was trying to figure out whether I wanted an M-LOK or key mod handguard on my Aero Precision 308. Well, I decided to go with an M-LOK, and in this video I'm going to show you how easy it is to install an M-LOK accessory on an M-LOK handguard. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, as I said, I bought this Aero Precision 308 AR style rifle last year after SHOT Show. And, you know, I could get this with either an M-LOK or a key mod handguard. And both of those offer, I think, some really good versatility for being able to install a lot of different accessories. Honestly, I went with the M-LOK because I think Magpul has made this kind of like open source so that other manufacturers they release the specs and stuff so that other manufacturers can create accessories and different things to go with the M-LOK system without having to go through Magpul and I think and pay them a licensing fee. I think that's the way it works, which means that potentially there's going to be a lot more and even potentially more competition amongst M-LOK style stuff, so the prices should come down. So that being said, either way I went with M-LOK. I think they're both good systems. So I wanted to put a rail on here. As you can see, I've installed this here, and it was not very difficult to do at all. This thing was like, gosh, it was about 12 bucks for this little rail. I bought this so I could put a bipod on here. So anyway, without me doing any more rambling, let me take you down to the old tabletop here, show you how I installed this, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, so here's my Aero Precision 308 with an M-LOK handguard, and what I want to do is mount this M-LOK Picatinny Rail onto it. Let me just show you real quickly how this works. So first of all, you have the M-LOK nut on the back, and you can see it's kind of got a shoulder on it. That little shoulder is the part that goes up inside the slot, so the bottom part of it will mount on the inside of your handguard, and then the face of the screw will mount on in the recess here in the whatever accessory. In this case, it's a Picatinny rail. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and screw put your screw in like so into there, and then go ahead and start threading your nut onto it. And it's going to be a little bit stiff at first, just because it has and it's an 1/8 inch Allen wrench, by the way, because it's got this kind of like thread lock on it, nylon thread lock. So you just want to kind of get started, and basically you want enough room. Can you see that? See behind it? You want enough room behind the base of the nut, between the base face of the nut and the accessory, just to be a little bit thicker than the wall of whatever you're doing, so you don't have to turn as much. So we're going to tighten that up just a little bit. I've got kind of a Smith & Wesson AR tool that actually I found has a little slot on it that's just the right width to kind of to hold the nut. Let me tighten it just a little bit more, because it is a little tough to do with the thread sealer on it. That should be enough. That's just going to allow me to get it in. So let me get the other nut ready, and we'll show you how to install this thing. Okay, so I got kind of trying to get a close up here for you. I want to show you how this is going to work. So you notice the back nuts here are oblong, and they're designed so that they'll fit into the slot here. And then when you turn them a quarter turn, they'll come up and lock, and you'll be able to tighten them up, and you can adjust them. So basically, we're going to line these things up parallel with the rail. And we're going to just turn them over here, find the slot we want. We're going to put them up pretty close to the front, and just turn them where they slide in so they're flush. Now, what you should be, let's see, so we want to slide it up further, to here. I don't know if I want it all the way up front or not. Maybe back here. We'll try it. I've never used a bipod before, so we'll see. So basically, you turn this. If you pull it up, I think you have to pull it up, let it lock a little bit, because I left it a little too much play in it. So it helps if you just put a little bit of back pressure on it as you're tightening, just kind of help them stay in the slot. And basically tighten this thing down. Now there's a torque setting for this, which is from metal to metal is 35 inch-pounds, but we're just going to get it tight by hand tight, and that should be good. And then basically, there you go. You got a rail installed where there was no rail before. So that's how you install the M-LOK accessories, in this case a rail, onto an M-LOK compatible component. Okay, well that was just how simple and easy it is, even for somebody who's never done it before. to install an M-LOK accessory on here. One thing I'll say is just that the important thing is, I think one that helped me, at least a tip for you, is just once you get that gap between the mating surfaces of the nut and the whatever you're putting on there, so that it's as small as possible, is going to be very helpful, because if it's too far out, then that nut can spin. So you want it enough where it engages to that kind of the system that causes it to stop spinning, lock it up. And usually if you just pull this up just a little bit and put a little back pressure on it as you're tightening it, that'll work. So there it is. That's how basically to install an M-LOK rail or any other accessory. They all work exactly the same, and I hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, and very often random videos throughout the week. You can check out a new one right here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you click down in the corner right there and subscribe. You can get notified whenever I put out a new video, and I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.